Hey, my name's Elijah for long, and Hagiles backwards with an S. And I'm making a game like Enter the Gungeon, plus Risk of Rain, and a little bit of Tron, but only because it's part. I'm using the Godot engine, and I'm calling my game Cyberstrike. This is the first devlog for Cyberstrike. The story begins with you staying late at your office. You work the highest position and are head of the largest cybersecurity team in the world. You notice your computer going off as you're ready to head out after the long night. As you rush towards the flashing red screen and try to fix what is happening to the computer, the screen suddenly bursts open and a huge portal opens, and you are sucked into the computer screen. The portal leads you to a strange world that looks like a futuristic vaporwave island. This is the hub world of the game. At the hub world, you'll meet with friendly NPCs and they'll tell you how to continue your journey into saving cyberspace. More on that in a different video. The game isn't really a game until you can take control over a character, right? So that's the first thing on our list. So for the character, I wanted to take inspiration from Enter the Gungeon and how they have the 8-way directions. And I'm not really an artist, so I had to find this 8-way direction character template and I recolored it to make a new character. This character design is going to change eventually to make more of this character here. Anyway, I set up the character controller with basic movement and animation tree to get this result. Moving around. Having a player in a game feels great, but there's nothing for him to do yet, so let's give him a placeholder gun that he can shoot for now. I'll grab a gun sprite online, recolor it, and set it to rotate around the player and towards the mouse position. And boom! A gun. Yes, it's floating, but it still works. Later on when the player character gets finalized, I'll change the gun to make it closer and actually in his hand. Now for the good stuff. Everything in Cyberstrike from the enemies, weapons, environments, and power-ups will all be based either in computer viruses or computer culture in general. With that being said, here's the first enemy design for Cyberstrike, the no texture slime.
What is that? This guy stinks!
Yeah. Remember how I said I wasn't an artist? I think this is an appropriate time to introduce a very important member to the Cyberstrike team. JDs and Littleman, give your hands together for Artman Oil. I've been working with Art for a couple of months now and he took my original designs and made them 1000% better. The no texture slime has a couple animations I need to set up. The idle animation, jump animation, attack, and the death animation. If you yourself are a game developer or you're a fan of game development, you probably already know what state machines are. For those who don't know, it's just a fancy way of organizing different game states. There are plenty of other videos on YouTube that go over this much better than I could ever do, so look those up. Let's establish what states I need first. I'll need a follow state, attack state, hurt state, and death state. The idea is to make a good state machine so I can reuse it and modify it for the other enemy types in the game. I'll be adding one more enemy in this devlog. With that working, we have our first functional enemy. Now let's introduce the second enemy to the game. Way better after Art took over. This enemy is a pop-up. Just like the no texture cube, we have to set up a state machine for this guy. I'll take the state machine we made for the slime and modify a little for this guy. Unlike the slime, this enemy throws a projectile at the player. So the states we need for this guy would be follow, shoot, hurt, and death. Just like that, we have the second enemy in our game. I think this is a good point to end the first devlog. If you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe. Also leave a comment for any ideas that you might have for enemies, weapons. One more thing before the devlog ends. Cyberstrike already has a Steam page and you can wishlist it now. And yes, I know, the Steam page looks like complete garbage, but it'll change over time, I promise. Thanks for watching the first devlog of Cyberstrike, and I hope I see you in the next one. Peace.